Each civilization in ancient mythology gathers favour differently, and I feel like the one that gets the short end of the stick is definitely Norse. But if you play this strategy by the Mista, Thor can actually get more favour than any of the other pantheons. Let's check out one of his games from the tournament. This was one of his games in the Wrath of the Gods tournament, which is the tournament from Boyt's Metaplays, AO, Iron Maiden, and Yodesla. That's a mouthful, but it is their tournament. The finals is actually this weekend, and I've really urge you to go and watch it. But this was a game that I watched on Boyt's stream, and unfortunately the game paused, so we didn't get to see the end, or the game crashed. So I really wanted to watch this from the Mister's point of view. This is playing slightly different Thor than you'd expect. So as we can see, there's no armory up. So Thor's main bonus is when you get an armory upgrade, you get a dwarf out for free. So he can essentially get some form of second mini town center in the first age. And he's the only one that can get extra eco like that, or eco units, let's say. But he doesn't choose to go for this because he is against Kronos, and Kronos quite often wants to put on some kind of early advance time into some either full-on rush or maybe going for a town center later. And Magic is Kronos, and you have to respect it. You can't not, even if he chooses to not go for a rush. If you advance with your Dwarven Armory, you get out your 3 extra villagers or 4 extra villagers, however greedy you want to be, then you're going to advance around that 430 mark. I think 415 is the earliest that you can get up with 2 upgrades. I could be wrong, maybe it's 4 minutes. But as you can see, Mr. has an exact build here that he is definitely looking for. Basically, as much food in as he possibly can. Wants to advance around 330 is probably when you're going to see an advance time where you don't lose out on too much, because Magic will go for the early advance time is like a 3 minute. I don't know roughly what it is. We can see it's 3:05. So that is the Atlantean timing. So as long as the Mister gets up by 3:30, shouldn't really cause many problems. I mean, there will be the temple that is time shifted somewhere, and then you still have the Prometheans to waddle in, or the automatons, whatever they choose to go for, and they choose to go for automatons in this one here. And we see that it should be, he's got 385 food, 330 advance time. If you want the build, copy this build. I think it's something that you really want to know. And Magic isn't even hiding the fact that he's going for this temple. He puts it right on the front, in range of this tower, and he knows it's in range. These top players, I mean, they know what each other's doing anyway. So also the Oracle trying to get in to find the temple that is on the backside. The perfect place to put it, really, because he has to come through this way if he doesn't want to be seen. If he goes through that way, as we can see, the dwarf just went and shanked somebody away, and this means that he can get up and get some Herter out before this gets deconstructed. In come the automatons, about 15 seconds away from these Hersers actually doing anything. Old Urza Havgrimson coming in, and that does unfortunately go down, but he gets a Herser out, and 1 Herser should be enough with his, he goes up to 8 attack, I think. We'll find out in 1 second. 8.8 damage per hit with the 5.5 damage multiplier. And this one guy here is enough to deal with the early automatons. It would be nicer to have a few more, but you can see some really nice micro coming out from the Mister here. He actually did an interview after this game, and I didn't realize that. So he has a problem with his arm. I think he said it was a deltoid ligament or something, and he's playing with no control groups. So this just kind of shows how good the Mister is. And then Magic's playing, and he's had some sort of eye surgery recently. But these guys are still 2 of the best, even struggling physically. And the Dwarven Armory, why not just get it up later? Like, it isn't something you need to rush out quickly. He needed the extra food, the extra gold to get out these Hersers anyway, rather than getting the armory upgrade. So why not? And then this is why I wanted to watch this game, because the Mister here goes for something that I haven't seen Thor players do. First of all, I haven't seen people could do it without the armory. People just default to it, even if they are against an early game god like Kronos, or if they were against someone like Poseidon that probably wants to go for a 330 or 315 advance time. and they just drop the Dwarven Armory. Anyway, but this is what we are going for here. So once the Armory's up, we see some of these are starting to come through. Copper shields, copper armor, and this is it. Hammer of Thunder. So Hammer of Thunder gives your Hersers 100% extra favor. So right now, a Herser gives 0.01 favor, which is basically nothing. I mean, it's a small trickle that doesn't really do much, but to put it into some sort of context, a monument is 0.1. So 10 Hersers are 1 monument. But then if we get this upgrade, which is just the Thor unique upgrade, which first of all gives you more attack, which is good for your Hersers against some myth unit thing anyway. But then it makes it so 5 Hersers are a monument. So if you get 25 Hersers out, I mean, first of all, that's a lot of Hersers. But if you get 25 Hersers out, it's the same as having 5 Egyptian monuments. Which is, I mean, 25, it isn't a ridiculous amount. Like, it's achievable in an army. Obviously, in the early game, it's going to be very difficult, but it's hard to get those 5 monuments out. And I think this is something where maybe we haven't seen Thor played in this way before. At least I haven't. And it's something that I really do want to try. I want to try getting these. And you just see, just the Hersers will constantly come out. So I put him on the left side here. So we've got... Oh, the upgrade isn't in yet. The upgrade is just about to come in. And then we see that he gets three favor a minute. Currently. But the Hersers are going to keep coming. He's also got the... so it was the double gold mine spawn, which also makes a rush not as good anyway, because you can kind of hop between the gold mines. I played a game recently... Oh, trying to just get a little bit of scouting action with the Berserk, but didn't see anything. But it's just good to find them. Finding the oracles as well. Finding enemy oracles with your guys that give you lots of favor. Why not? Just the cheekiest little raid. Just a tiny raid while all his units are back here. And he'll be able to just dip back in, get those goats. He got enough goats as well. That's the other thing about this map. Do you really want to go for Dwarven Armory straight away if you want to go out and get the goats? Probably not. But these guys coming over here, so these aren't in a control group. He's just kind of just finding them, then going back. Something that I definitely couldn't do. I control group everything. Kind of a crutch of mine, but... Now we're seeing he's getting Dwarven breastplate as well, so that gives your Berserk 20% hack, which is pretty crazy. That's a crazy upgrade, actually. And your Herdman, but I mean, not really going to see Herdman unless he goes for Cantarius, which will be in the heroic age, so he won't be getting them now. But against the Mamillo, so he's got 10 damage versus 7 damage. Wow. These do take a while to attack though, but still, what's that? 8.3 damage versus a hero, which is 9.4, but it's a hero. Now, if you don't get to scout during the early game, it's a good idea to just scout around afterwards, something that players often forget, including myself, just forgetting to just carry on. Unfortunately, we can see the spider layers where they go down. If we were watching truly from the Mister's point of view, we wouldn't have been able to see that, but... I still got so much gold left. The early pressure obviously didn't do anything because of the heroes. And he's also Thor, so can drop down the Dwarven mine whenever you want, and that's just... You get extra gold per going up to the next stage as well. So getting in his copper weapons. Lots of gold in the bank. What's his situation here? So he's gone for just 2 great halls, 1 temple, didn't want to build any barracks units. And then these guys with their Hall of Thanes, they get 15% extra movement speed for the Hersers. So, I mean, they're so fast. 5.2 speed versus the 4.5 of the Mamillo there. And whenever he wants, he can go back and drop the Healing Spring and then play like Legacy Classic Loki, where you go raid with your crazy fast Herser. I mean, they were faster, but your ridiculously fast Herser, put your Healing Spring down, and you didn't have to worry. Thor Hersers, definitely the way forward. So it looks like he wants to go to the heroic age here, just to get the extra bonus going up to the next stage. For your heroes and myth units, they get a bonus on advancing to the next stage. You can't get medium, heavy, or champion heroes, but if you advance to the next stage, it's basically what it's like. Here's that Healing Spring. You want to put it next to your town center, because I believe how it works is like, if it's next to your town center, unless the town center goes down, you can't lose this. So if it's in this radius here, this circle, then you can't lose it unless they take down the town center. Doesn't matter if they have 50 units. I need to test that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But not what it says. Maybe it says in there. So lots of words. So choosing to go through Skadi. So Skadi's interesting. I mean, she gets the Winter Harvest, which is a really good food upgrade. Obviously gets the Throwing Axeman upgrade and Frost and Frost Giants. So Frost Giants are just good against lots of enemy myth units. If you have the same amount of Frost Giants as enemy myth units or enemy strong units, then it's just a very good time. Really nice micro there to just instantly take that down rather than having to run after it. Coming to see if magic has sat on the food. It looks like there was one villager there. He's also spotted this oracle. Got some eyes like a hawk. As soon as he saw that red dot, it's like, yep, take that down. So I think that's his third oracle kill this game. And he's right here. So he's got 21. So 21 of these. So this is like having 4 monuments for the Egyptians. And then when he starts whacking, then he gets even more. Caraballister, very good counter to this though. Chaos comes down more to just get the Caraballister to do some decent damage. He is going to lose not that many, to be honest. It's quite surprising. These didn't really do much damage to each other. That's one hell of a name. But more of the hearses are coming. And the armory upgrades too. Should have probably mentioned that they get plus 15 bonus to the armory upgrades, not 10% like everything else too. So there was a stage at the end of Legacy actually where players were getting armory upgrades with their hearses. So this is basically just reminiscent of that. Nice little raid here to just while all the units are out. It's a really good use of just a couple of units there, just causing a lot of idle time. Longhouse on this gold mine. He's seen that this is probably the side that Magic wants to go. I mean, he might go over this side, so it's probably going to be a good idea to just go drop something over there, which is exactly what he's doing. This is kind of how to play Ghost Lake. Can't see. It is called Ghost Lake. I was thinking it's called Frozen Lake, but Ghost Lake. Because the gold mine spawns are pretty wild. They're always so far away from the main base, and they're always completely on the side. So he can see that there's actually 3 this side. So maybe there's a third one here that we're not seeing. There should normally be an even amount on each side. Or at least an even amount out anyway. So there'll be one more gold mine somewhere. But I mean, they're just like, this is so far away from either of their bases. So doing a bit of control on the gold mine is pretty crucial. He's also seen that there's a little bit to sneak here, so I'm assuming there's a cheeky wall that's going to come down here to stop him coming past. But 4th Oracle being taken down, which is exactly what you want to do against Kronos. Big raid coming in, though, for Magic. But Mr. has a decent amount of units here. Actually, he's got loads of units here. So we'll get a nice bit of damage done. The Kantarius are very strong. They are really strong units, but they only have 15% hack. So while they are strong, they're probably not the best against Norse, but they are Atlantean's best human unit, really. Just doing this for a bit of extra favor. You get a bit of favor for whacking these, so why not? Might lose these 5 hearses. Splits them all in different directions. Really nice play. Just seeing if there was any interesting relics left on the table, but there wasn't. Then decides to go for a settlement. So he is ahead. He's taken... The Mister's not taken much damage, really, and he's put on a bit of pressure. He's pushed Magic off some food here, got some wood raids in, and taken out a decent amount of favor gatherers, and hasn't really lost much at all. And this is exactly the position you want to be in against someone that's done some kind of early pressure to you. Also getting Rhyme in. Rhyme is a really, really strong upgrade if you want to get Frost Giants. And he does have 4 Frost Giants and 4 Cave Trolls. So it's really interesting to see that he's gone for all of these, so 33 hearses. But he hasn't really used his myth units in a fight yet. It's 15 minutes in, and he has, what, 9 myth units here and still 100 favor left in the bank. Like, what was that, 39 per minute. And Magic might not have even seen, I think he saw some on that last fight, but he hasn't been involved with these yet. So when there'll be a massive fight with these myth units, it will kind of be unexpected. Also going up for a third town center here. The town center is, I mean, it's more just to sneak it away. Oh no, he's just going, maybe he's going for the population, because he's getting town centers everywhere. I guess it's like, well, if you're not going to fight me, then my guys can also build. Hill fort going down, the whole army coming in. Myth units will be coming back once all the town centers are finished. He just wants all his units in one place, would be my assumption here. Unless he's going to go take this town center as well. Why not? Is going through Balder. Is he going through Balder in the hometown center? Yes, so that might be denied, actually. But while this is happening, he's got his units here. Why not go for a little raid? And a Frost. All the units are stuck together. So a Frost, really nice use of Frost to just trap the army somewhere else. And the only way to get them back is he's going to have to delete the army to bring them back. That's it. So now his base can just be attacked from all angles with all these hearses. The only thing, to do some DPS is the towers. Towers can go down. So yeah, actually going for this town center too. That's a crazy play. Also going up through Balder. Wow. Balder in, Ragnarok in. The damage that Magic has gone for, the kind of timing is unfortunately going to get hit by Heroes of Ragnarok, and they don't count to the favor income, unfortunately. I mean, then it would be a busted god power, wouldn't it? Nice attempt with the chaos, because myth units do decent damage to each other, but it's just a little bit too late, unfortunately. All these Heroes of Ragnarok are going to clear everything up here, and then all the other heroes are going to go in the main base. Just going to have a look on the gold mine just to make sure, but that is it. That is the game. And I just wanted to share this one because I think this is a great way to play Thor. It's something so different, and it shows that Norse does have a way to get all these myth units out. As I said, this is from the Wrath of the Gods tournament, so I'll put a link in the description to the MetaPlays website, and I'll see you in the next one.